Hello all my friends, welcome back or welcome to the channel. If you're tuning in for the first time, I'm T and this is my channel Crumpets Tea and Sewing. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my expanded list of free PDF patterns. This list does include some inexpensive options as well. So last week I created a video, and that video basically I outlined all of the companies that you can go to download free PDF patterns. So in that particular video, all of those patterns are free, and I'll put a link to that video in this video so you can go over and watch that if you haven't had a chance to watch that video. In today's video, I'm expanding that list to include some more free options as well as some inexpensive options. Now the inexpensive options are I have found these on Etsy. So there are several different Etsy shops where you can go and you can find really inexpensive patterns, and I was quite surprised. And I'm talking about 50 cents. Some have patterns for $1, but nothing over $3.69. So these are very affordable. If you are a beginner and you are looking for options that are not only free but really inexpensive, because you want to be on the budget, I highly recommend that you check out my my link in the description box below. So this link is to my blog. It's crumpetsteandsewing.com, and in this blog post I basically list all of the free and inexpensive options for PDF patterns. Now these PDF patterns come in a different format. Some come in A4 letter size only, where you have to print them at home, or you can go to a library or wherever to print them. And then others have both A4 files and AO files, which are the AO files are the copy shop version, where you could actually send it to places like PDF Plotting, and you can actually get them printed out and then sent to your home. So there are various options out there, and like I said, some are free, some are very inexpensive. And if you're paying the price that is listed on some of these Etsy shops, like the $1 to 50 cents or whatever, it makes paying for the copy shop version so much more affordable, because sometimes it's really hard to pay for a pattern that's $14, $15, $20 and then have to pay the $8 or $10 to have it shipped to your home. So I have found that doing it this route is more affordable for me, and also it might be for other people, and so that's why I'm sharing this. So in today's video, I'm going to go ahead and list the different companies that I actually have found, including the ones that was on my list last week. But I'm not going to go into too much detail as to the patterns that these individual companies have. Some of these pattern companies have one pattern for free. Some of them have 2, 3, 10. So this is a really comprehensive list here. So I'm not going to go into too much detail. I just wanted to quickly share this with you and give you some examples of what's out there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get into the list. The first is AwareCollection, and she has a dress on here for 50 cents, and it's called the Sophie dress, which I think is really nice. It's a knit dress that has button closures. There's the Colette patterns. They have the Soberto free top. I talked about that last week, and I'll provide a link here so you can actually go over and see that video and learn more about those free patterns that I discussed last week. There's the Deer and Doe Plantain t-shirt, which I think is really cute. LB Textiles, they have the Lolly skirt as well as the Sage tee. EK Sewing Patterns, this is another Etsy shop, and they have a variety of different patterns that are very inexpensive. None are free, but they're very inexpensive. So they have a sundress that's $1, a maxi dress that's $1, A dress with the flounce and a belt, that's $1. And then they have a box pleat skirt, that's $2.50. Fabric.com, they have the Aspen cardigan, an all wrapped up tank, and the Gypsy Philia peasant top, and all of those are free. Fabricsstore.com, they have the Asia wrap dress pattern. They have the Louise linen pants, and they have a few other options. They have a ton of free options. These are just a few that I actually like. French Navy is another company that has free patterns. They have two, the Orla dress, and they have the Stallion tee. Grainline Studio has the Hemlock tee. Itch to Stitch Patterns have the Lindy petal skirt, the Uvita top, and the Lego tank, and I talked about those also last week. Jaylee Patterns have the Yoko square roll neck top. Jane Patterns, this is an Etsy shop that has a woman's tunic as well as a woman's t-shirt pattern. Now so you're going to find a lot of free PDF t-shirt patterns. But this one here on this Etsy shop, this Jane Patterns, the reason why I put this one on the list is because this one actually has a slim silhouette, which you don't really see that a whole lot with the free PDF patterns. Most of the free PDF t-shirt patterns are boxy and oversized. And I wanted something that was a little bit more form-fitting, that had that slim silhouette so you can actually see the defined waist. So it actually defines your waist. And so this one I felt like would be a pretty decent investment. It's $2.30, like I said, and it's not expensive at all. Then there's Sewtra. I follow her on Instagram, and she's a wonderful woman. Her name is Reagan, and she has 4 different free options on her website. She has, and they're all like vintage inspired dresses. So she has the Samantha dress, the Jane top and pencil skirt, the Lucy dress, and the Betty dress. Then there's Lia and June. They have a free wrap skirt pattern. Love Sewing Magazine, I talked about that last week. But I also included the Megan Nielsen Kelly skirt on here. If you go to the Megan Nielsen, I think it's called megannielsenspattern.com or something like that. But she doesn't have any free options on her website. But through Love Sewing Magazine, they actually offer the Megan Nielsen's Kelly skirt for free. And so that's why I put that here on my list. And I think it's an amazing opportunity to get a Megan Nielsen pattern for free. If you're not familiar with Megan Nielsen's patterns and you want to kind of be introduced to it, it's a good way to get a free pattern and kind of see not just the style, but also the design of her patterns. So I decided to put that on my list as well. Now with Love Sewing Magazine, I mentioned this in last week's video, and I'll mention it here again. Some of their patterns don't come with instructions. So if you are a beginner, that's something that you need to take into consideration, just in case you're someone who relies heavily on instructions. A lot of their patterns don't come with instructions. Some do, but not all. And so that's something that I would say, make sure that you actually look at the pattern before you download it, see if it comes with the instructions, and if it's something that you can actually do. There's another Etsy shop called TM Patterns. They have a women's wrap dress, that's $2.70, and a women's swimsuit, that's also $2.70. So really cheap options for if you want to make a swimsuit. Made to Sew. Now, if you're not following Made to Sew, her name is Anika, but on YouTube she goes by Made to Sew, and she just came out with a line of different patterns. However, the patterns aren't available for purchase just yet. If you go on her website, you'll see that they all say coming soon. However, she does have the Copen top and dress, which is a free pattern. And it has, basically it's just a shift dress. It has your front that's cut on fold. Your back, I think, is cut twice because there's a zip that goes in the back, if I'm not mistaken. And then there are sleeves, and then you're facing. So it's a really simple pattern for beginners, and it's really cute. And I like the fabric that she actually chose, and I'll pop a picture here so you can see her version of it. And it's a really cute pattern, and I can't wait to make that one. And I'm really excited to see the other patterns, like the collection that she has coming out. I'm excited for those to become available as well. And so Mood Fabrics, they just have a collection of, it's an online fabric store, but they have also a collection of free patterns on their site as well. And anything that they put on their site, any PDF pattern that they put on their site is always free. And so they're always coming up with these different free PDF patterns, and they do them seasonally. And so so for this season, I think it was a dress, and I can't really tell you all the different patterns for each season, but I can tell you all the ones that I actually have put on the list and that I actually want to make. So they have a foxglove bodysuit, which is just a pullover top. It's a bodysuit, and it's like a wrap top. They have the Wilder top, the olive jacket, the peony blouse, the cypress dress. I mean, just the list goes on. So I have like 10 different things that I actually want to sew that's on the Mood site. And so again, I'll put a link to my blog in the description box below, and you can have that blog post, and you can go inside the blog and just click on all these different links, and it'll take you directly to these PDF patterns. Peppermint Magazine is another site that I actually talked about last week, so I won't go into too much detail there. Ready to Sew, they have the Justine skirt. Rebecca Page Patterns, she has the Scrappy Cami for free, as well as the Toronto tee. Now the Toronto tee, that's a tee made for men. However, I have seen several different versions of it that women have made up, and I think is really cute on women as well. So I put that on the list. Seamwork Magazine, they have the York top. Sewalicious has the Carnation cardigan or jacket. So Deli has the Talitha cardigan, or Talitha cardigan, or not cardigan, sorry, caftan. They have the Talitha, or Tiltha, I don't know, caftan. SewDifferent.com has an open back vintage top, which I think is really cute. And they also have a ruffle top. Sinclair Patterns has the Harper cardigan and duster, and the Valley Knit skater skirt. So the Valley Knit skater dress, Karina from Lifting Pins and Needles, she actually did a vlog progress on that, her progress of and her experience with the Valley Knit skater dress. So I would encourage you to go over to check that out. Swoon Patterns have a scarf neck cardigan, and then Wardrobe by Me has the Hera wrap top, which is something I talked about last week as well. So I think that we have so many different free and inexpensive options that we can actually use to create a mini capsule wardrobe. As I stated in my video last week, the purpose for me doing this is because I wanted to make a list of patterns that were easy and beginner friendly. Some of these options are at the intermediate stage as well. However, I feel like a lot of those intermediate patterns are still relatively simple and easy to construct. And the purpose of me doing this is so that I can actually create a wardrobe in a short span of time. So I didn't want to have a a lot of patterns on my list that were largely intermediate or advanced, because I felt like I would get overwhelmed and I wouldn't be able to complete it in the time frame that I'm hoping to complete it in. So if you are a beginner, or you are someone who, like me, want to create a wardrobe, but want to do it in a timely manner, but also have some really good mixture of pieces like tops, dress, skirt, pants in there, but you want them all to be relatively easy, I think this would be a really great list to go to. I don't like that a lot of these free PDF options don't include plus size. They don't have like a wider range of for plus size women. So I tried to kind of scout and try to figure out how to find free PDF patterns that included, you know, more sizes for plus size women, as well as really small or petite women. And unfortunately, there's just not a whole lot out there. The other thing that I was scouting for as well is patterns, free patterns or inexpensive options from Black designers or people of color, designers that are of color. And again, we just don't really have a lot of those types of patterns. Or you know, patterns for curvy women, or, you know, things like that. So I really tried to include a lot of different options, but like I said, this is just all that I could find. If you can find any of those things that I just listed that I wasn't able to find, please, in the comment section below, leave me your thoughts. And one final thing that I wanted to mention is I didn't really include any male garments or infant or children PDF patterns in this list, because this is a list that I'm actually using to create my own wardrobe, and I wanted to just share it with people who might be trying to do the same thing that I am doing. However, if you are looking for free PDF patterns for your children or for hubby or anyone else other than women, please let me know in the comment section below, and I'll try to come up with some kind of list to share that as well, if enough people are interested in that. All right, so with that said, I'm going to go ahead and close out the video, and I can't wait to hear from you all. And again, leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Until next time, my friends, bye.